We're here with Kurt Goetz and Greg Reitz, Reitz Real Estate Team. Greg Reitz Real Estate Team, Fresno, California, EXP, serving from Atwater all the way to Porterville, centered in Fresno, Madera, Clovis, and Kurt Goetz from Anexa Mortgage. He runs that office and that shop, and he is a rock and roll lender close by. We're both in the River Park area of Fresno and here to serve. Kurt, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Day.
Yeah, everything's rocking and rolling here.
I mean, I like coffee. Don't mind me, coffee's for closers.
Yeah, that's right. I got mine right here.
Guys, we're going to bring a quick 5 to 7 minute message, guys. Just a quick hit. We're going to do this every week. A quick 5 to 7 minute update on interest rates for homes, right, and real estate, and a quick headline for the Fresno, California area and the Central Valley of California, and a quick headline nationally. So let me just knock this out real quick. Greg Reitz Real Estate Team here. Market nationally. The real estate market is stabilizing. Anytime you go through a little bit of a market correction or a change from a frenzy to a normal real estate market is what we're in. We're not in any kind of a crash or, big corrective thing here. But, they raised the rates from, 3%, let's say, to 5%. Not bad. But people just slow down a little bit. Let me think about this. But the rates are going to, stay in that area. The Feds have to make that right. I'll let Kurt talk about that. So now we're coming out of that. And the buyers are back active right now. We've got multiple buyers with Kurt getting pre-approved right now, other ones that are already pre-approved, and they're buying. I myself is proof in the pudding. I'm buying. I'm looking at another property here. I just bought 3 that I'm remodeling, other ones that I'm buying and holding, and looking at another vacation rental. So rates, if you want something, you buy it. It's a tax benefit. The rates are still good around the 5%, 4.5 to 5. It's not bad at all. I love it. I'm ready to go. Buyers, you should be ready to go. So the market is stabilizing nationally, and the supply chain. We had the problems with all the materials coming off the ships, right, from different countries and different ports. That's been getting fixed quite a bit, and the semi trucks delivering them to the Home Depots and all the housing outlets, right, is being fixed, and it's almost back to normal. So that's bringing the pricing down on materials and availability for repairs, those remodels, and people that want to buy properties that need a little bit of work. So the prices are reflecting in the price where buyers, you can now own a property, negotiate the right price on those homes, and get a great opportunity deal in the real estate. And in the Fresno area, the upswing in buyers in this last month of August has now started to flip to the other side, where it's getting active and energized now again. We know that. So the serious buyers are out there, and it's a great time to buy. I just put a property on the market at 651 West Pat that I bought. I fixed it all up, went through the whole pest, the whole home inspection, did all the repairs, and updated it, remodeled it. And we were at 395. We got multiple offers on the property. We're going to accept one today. So, and that was we put on the market Thursday night at 5. So say Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 4 days.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
So there's you got the right product, you can negotiate, you've got the right deal. We're negotiating anywhere from all the closing costs to as much as 5% off the price for our buyers. And Kurt's doing a great job on the loans. And that's it. I mean, that's the national and Fresno market. It's swinging, it's looking good. Enough on that. Let's have Kurt take over on the mortgage loan and the different products he has. And he's got some news on a top new loan. You got to listen to this.
Yeah, speaking of negotiations, it's a good one. And when we have a little, I wouldn't call it a drop in the market or a change in the market. It's just a little bit of, we're switching just a little bit from being a seller's market where the buyer has to, offer the whole everything they have in order to get an offer accepted. Now you're at a spot where you can get the realtors negotiating for you. So
I love it.
We're seeing seller concessions getting offered where buyers come in with less closing costs. With that, we have a new loan product. It's called a 3-2-1 buy down. And what it is, it's a seller concession, has to pay for it. But what that seller concession can do is lower your interest rate by 2% the first year of the loan. And then it would be 1% lower the second year of the loan. And then the third year of the loan, you go back to the normal rate. And it's a really good product for buyers because you can move in, so conventional rates today are somewhere between 5.25% 5 3/4. So if you can get that down to 3 1/4 to 3.75 for the first year, that really gives you some leeway, some wiggle room. You can restock your reserves a little bit from that down payment. You can, fix up the house. You can do all kinds of stuff. And having the ability for the listing agent to negotiate really helps, because you really truly don't have to pay for it. So that's
Can I
a
bounce some
great new
questions off
product.
you? Because I want
Yeah.
to understand this and I want to be able to explain it to our buyers.
Sure.
Well, it's called a seller concession. In other words, when a buyer makes an offer on the property, right? I'm making an offer for our clients, Kurt, on the property. I'm going to ask for a seller closing cost concession.
Correct.
And for a 3-2-1 buy down, or
you would just ask for. So you're going to ask for roughly a 3% seller concession.
Okay.
And that would go towards the closing costs, and we would then apply it to the 2% buy down.
So call it closing costs and recurring and non-recurring closing costs.
Correct.
Okay, both. So that covers all your closing costs, buyer. Because buyers, when you buy a home, there's two things involved. There's a down payment. So let's say you bought a home for $400,000. That's the average in Fresno right now, about 410. Mm-hmm. $400,000, and you did a 3% conventional.
Right.
Okay. There's multiple loan types, but let's use that for easy math. So 3% conventional, you can qualify with us with reasonable credit. Then that's going to be $12,000 at $400,000. 3% times 4 is $12,000 down payment. Okay. And then the closing costs may be another 10 to 12,000. So like Kurt says, make it 3%. So ask the seller for 12%. And by the way, we're getting that 3% for you buyers. We're getting it. So you're going to get all those closing costs paid, recurring and non-recurring. What's the difference there in non-recurring? Recurring is going to be your taxes and insurance. They're going to impound that account right up for you. Seller's going to pay for it. And then the non-recurring are the loan origination fees, escrow, title, and all the other fees involved to close the transaction. So you only have to come in with $12,000. We'll negotiate everything else for you on the buyer side, and then Kurt takes over and does this 3-2-1 buy down, right, Kurt? Mm-hmm. And as a seller concession, and
correct.
And a 3-2-1. Explain the 3-2-1 a little more.
Yeah. So the
better understanding.
The rough numbers is it takes a 3% seller concession to get the next buy down, the 2% buy down for the first year, and the 1% buy down for the next year.
So that gives them about 3 years of low payments.
Correct. Yeah, 2 years.
Because of the lower interest rate, which would be around 3.5%.
Yeah, it gives you 2 years of low payments. One at 2% off, and the next year at 1% off. So it would go, the first year be at, call it 3.5, next year 4.5, and then the final year and the rest of the term would be 5.5.
But and that would still be fixed after that, fixed rate after that.
Yeah, fixed 30 years. Yep.
And then if the rates drop, they can always refinance out of that.
Correct.
Okay, great. What are the rates looking about right now on your basic loans? Conventional, FHA, USDA, VA, jumbo.
Yeah, so conventional, we've got mid fives is where I'm quoting, and we quote a range because I structure the loans however it fits the client's needs. Sometimes we have clients that want a lower rate, and we can provide that with additional fees. Sometimes we have clients that don't have much money out of pocket and they need a no fee loan. We can make that happen too. So I usually quote about a 0.5% range. So conventionals anywhere from 5 1/4 to 5 3/4. FHA's 4.5 to probably 4.875, and then VA we've got 4.75 to 5.375. If you want to
get an FHA into a 4.5 to 5% loan. What is the max loan amount on an FHA? Because that's going to make a lot of buyers happy.
Yeah, the FHA max loan amount's $420,000 right now.
420. We can get you a nice house for 420.
Definitely.
Absolutely. And then VA looking at what?
VA is real similar to FHA. It's a little bit higher for us this week, 4.75 to probably 5 1/4.
Okay, not bad at all. Yeah.
Yep. And then if you're an investor looking for a property, now I think is a good time. I've got several clients that are looking for investment properties because that market has softened a bit. So those rates are probably anywhere from, I'd say, low to mid sixes.
Low to mid sixes, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And all the loans we do is here in California. right?
Correct. Yeah. And we're licensed. My company is licensed almost in every state. I think the only state we're not licensed in is New York. So we can
How
finance.
about Baja, Mexico?
You know what? We have stuff coming up that we can finance out of the country. I don't know any of the details yet. I haven't had to look into it, but I can certainly do
I've
that
been
for you.
asked that.
Have you?
Yeah, me, myself, and I.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
interested in something right now. So
Yeah,
that's
I understand we can do it. I don't know what that looks like because it's hard for a lender to reclaim a property in Mexico.
yeah, yeah, I totally get that. Well, let me
Yeah.
see. I think that's it. I mean, we know
Perfect.
going back over it, the real estate market is stabilized. The supply chain is picked up to where it's much better, which is bringing the cost down on products, which is then bringing the cost down on the homes, which is
Yep.
kind of nice naturally. And then the rates are looking good, stabilized, give or take around that 4.5 to 5.5% range on everything.
That's it.
So you guys are good to go, and we can get you down for low to no down. If we get you on a VA no down, a USDA no down type of loan, get the seller to carry all the closing. Now's a great time to negotiate if you have the right
Yep.
agent and right lender like Greg and Kurt working for you. We got you covered. So we look
That's
forward
it.
to it. My number's there. It's ticking across the bottom, guys. It's Greg Reitz Real Estate Team EXP Fresno River Park area in our office, and Kurt Goetz, his office is on Fresno and Herndon, and by the Chili's there. And his number's coming up here. It is Kurt Goetz, Nexa Mortgage Lender, 559-392-5009, 392-5009, and Greg Reitz, 559-260-1777. And we hope to hear from you guys. Kurt,
Yep.
until
Sounds
next
good.
week, well, we'll be talking to you later today as soon as we get a new real buyer that wants to buy some real estate. They're going to get pre-approved with you. Talk to you soon.
Sounds good.
Talk
Thanks,
to you later
Greg.
today. All right, bye.